We are talking winners and losers from the Lions OTAs, and we're getting it all in this video. Who's rising, who's fallen, who did well, who did not do well, is there concerns, all of that on this Memorial Day. But before we get into today's video, make sure you show some appreciation to the fallen soldiers out there. That's what this day is for, the men and women that gave everything for our country. This day is for them. Just remember when that is taking place while you guys are having some hamburgers and enjoying your day off. Also, subscribe to the channel. Let's get that like button going. We got a battle going on right now with Harrison Graham over there from the Chat Sports Chicago channel, and they're kicking our butt regarding subs. Just this last week, they got 109 new subs, and I got 41. So let's show them that the Pride Nation is real. Let's beat them up there. Again, we're getting into who's winning, who's losing in the last of the OTAs. Things will change. Why? Because it's just OTAs. And the first winner that I have on the list here is backup quarterback Nate Sudfeld there. He got overlooked. Why? Because we got obviously Jared Goff, we drafted Hendon Hooker, so he's the forgotten guy. And you're talking about Teddy Bridgewater potentially coming to the Detroit Lions, but he did well. He showed some accuracy and zip on the ball. He led the team well during the simulated drive, connecting with multiple receivers. But just like you would expect with Sudfeld, he did throw an interception to Brady Breeze to finish the practice off. He's also able to launch some deep balls to Jameson Williams. The speedy wideout just could not corral the pass, but it was definitely well thrown over there. Nate Sudfeld is our backup quarterback right now, and I think he'll be fine right now. Used as our backup quarterback, but make no mistake about it, Hendon Hooker is going to be the guy who will eventually take over as QB2 when he is ready to do so and healthy to do so. But Sudfeld still is in there. He's still a guy we got to watch, and good for him doing well. But right now, are you guys okay with Sudfeld being QB2 right now? Why for yes and N for no? Thoughts about Teddy Bridgewater, but let me know your thoughts about Sudfeld being QB2. The other winner on my list here, how about Shane Zylstra, right now the forgotten tight end, because why? You draft Sam Laporta, you have Brock Wright, James Mitchell, who you drafted last year, but tell you what, he shined in Ben Johnson's offense in practice. He showcased his route running, speed, and athleticism. He was on the receiving of long gains, and when he found his way into the teeth of the defense, he was able to secure the reception. And I like Shane Zylstra. This is one of the reasons why I said we really need to get a tight end, because Shane Zylstra, Brock Wright, and James Mitchell were getting it done. And we continue to think that Brock Wright is going to be the tight end 2 or 3. And Shane Zylstra is going to be the guy going to the practice squad. But he's doing his thing, and that's all he can do right now. Continue to take every opportunity that you get the football your way. Show your athleticism and speed. And maybe he does make the roster over a Brock Wright. Still, I got Brock Wright getting it done right now because he's shown it on Sundays last year, and right now this is OTAs. But shout out to the tight end. My number 3 winner on my list, you already know who it is, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I call this man Amon-Ra first down because he's always getting first down. He plays practice just like he does in the regular seasons. The third-year receiver simply ready to perform even in the offseason. When the offense need to go receiver, there's St. Brown hauling in the reception. He's absolutely the trusted member of this roster in regard to any quarterback. Would be Jared Goff or in Nate Sudfeld, and it just continues to do it here, and he shows why he is an all-pro, catching everything coming his way, and it looks fluid, getting open, and beating the defense. That's exactly what Amon-Ra St. Brown does on Sundays, and exactly what he's done in OTAs, and this guy is a pro's pro, and I absolutely love St. Brown, and you see it in training camp too. Anytime you guys go to training camp, if you have an opportunity to do it, you'll see St. Brown just absolutely balling. Practice in and practice out. And he's feisty, and he does it in OTAs, and this is why this guy is an absolute stud, and to me, one of the better wide receivers in all football. The next winner on my list, how about a different name here? Dylan Drummond, the undrafted rookie here. Despite he was facing defensive players, Drummond found himself open using his speed and route running to get his spot. Subsequently, he produced stretch where he was open by a wide margin. Now, this guy, I talked about it when we signed him. I said, keep an eye out for Dylan Drummond because this guy is got some speed and he shows some flash and he's doing it in OTAs. And generally speaking, there's one or two undrafted rookies that make the football team. And right now, he's getting it done to where he's changing eyes. But again, it's OTAs. We can't just say this is what it's all about. This is the guy that's, he's going to be the guy going forward. But I'm happy to see it. Still other undrafted guys got to look at is Jahmyr Gibbs. He is going to be an individual that potentially could make it. But I love what Drummond is doing. Keep doing it, young man. What you also need to do is follow me on Twitter. You can find me at Mike Kimber or Mike, my old name there. That is something that I'm always putting information down, generally more in the regular season, let's be honest here, or training camp, than right now. It's the lull period, but I do break news. Go ahead and follow me on there. My next winner here is Jameson Williams. Why is he a winner? Because he's practicing and he's not injured, and he did show his speed. He did show what he brings, to the football team. In OTAs last year, he couldn't do anything because injured, but we need him to get on the same page with Jared Goff, and guess what? He showed his speed. He's healthy. I got to give it a winner right there. My next winner here, and I actually didn't even really name it, but I'm going to do it here, is the Lions offensive line, the starting offensive line. We're all on the field. Thank you, Big V. Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnar, Halapoulivaati Vaitai, and Penei Sewell. Finally, Big V on that bad boy in practicing. Yeah, he's not going full in. It was only did half the time, but he was out the whole season last year, and he said he's ready to go for training camp, and absolutely love it. Huge shout out to Halapoulivaati Vaitai and this offensive line. If this offensive line can stay healthy, it is going to be one of the reasons the Detroit Lions make the playoffs, win a playoff game. And I tell you what, how about host a playoff game at Ford Field by winning the NFC North? So huge shout out to Halapoulivaati Vaitai. I got one last winner, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the losers list, and that's Derek Barnes, who's fighting for starting position right now, and he's pleased. Dan Campbell's pleased with the level of competition he's bringing in the running back room. He says you've added competition. The depth room, Alex Anzalone back there again. He can find the guns on the defense. You got Alex, he can play the Mike and Will, and now it's okay. Let's go Derek Barnes. Let's go Jack Campbell. Let's go Malcolm Rodriguez, and you just let them duke it out. And from all sides that we're seeing, Barnes was seen taking first team reps alongside Alex Anzalone, and that's major growth for him this season because he was having issues just last year alone regarding Malcolm Rodriguez, and obviously you bring Jack Campbell in here, and the competition for him and him to get starting time seems to be less likely. So Derek Barnes, fight it out, continue to grind still. I think it's tough for you. I think it's more him versus Malcolm Rodriguez right now. But to me, Malcolm's been more consistent on the field. Now let's go ahead and jump into the losers list. When I say losers, it doesn't mean that they're absolute losers. It means they didn't win. They weren't impressive or injury, something of that nature. So don't get all upset when I say these players are losers. Just an FYI, taking what we're hearing. Let's go ahead and start with my first loser here. A lot of people's going to be pissed off that I named Jared Goff because he did lose in this one. He was struggling in OTAs. His accuracy was a little bit off. His pass effect were routinely overthrown to receivers, both 7-on-7, 11-on-11 drills. He had opportunities, deep plays to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he had opportunities to Jameson Williams and Josh Reynolds. But the passes were overthrown. They're underneath the receivers, and they didn't have an opportunity to pull some of them down. Situational drills, 10 from 25-yard line, down 21-20 with 29 seconds left. Goff in the offense went 4 and out, failing to secure a single first down. So that's an issue there for our guy, Jared Goff. But again, we've seen this before with Jared Goff, and I've talked about it even in some games this year. Sometimes they're slow and they got a little bit rust there. Jared Goff, though, has shown it's not that big of a deal. I'm not worried about it, in all honesty, when it comes to OTAs. It takes a little bit of time. Get the rust off. Get acclimated with all the receivers, and you should be good to go. I'm not worried here. Another loser on my list is Malcolm Rodriguez. Why? Because he got injured. It has nothing to do with anything on the field. It's the fact that Malcolm Rodriguez got dinged up, and he couldn't finish practice due to injury. Anytime you get injured, that's always going to be a loser because nobody likes injuries at all. Injuries blow and suck. So get better, Malcolm Rodriguez, over there. Do your thing and heal up for training camp. That's most important. Are you guys concerned about injuries? Let me know in the comments below. Y for yes and N for no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Another injury here. How about our newly acquired running back David Montgomery? Injured, dinged up, could not practice. We hate injuries, just like we're talking about here, and unfortunately he could not get it done. But let's be honest here, this guy will play through injuries. This guy will play on Sundays, and if this was training camp, probably even as well, and definitely game day, I'm not concerned. David Montgomery will play. He is one of those tough SOBs. That's why we got him. He's a bruiser and a baller. If this was game day, he would be playing, and I think we all understand that. Folks, we're dropping videos on this mug every single day. Make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe, and let me know your winners and losers from OTAs. We are live on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. With that said, folks, adios.